Hello and welcome to this pick a card reading. My name is Gabby Turner and we've got three options here for this pick a card reading. We've got option 1 represented by my I Belong spell potion. Option number 2 is represented by my Align and Manifest spell potion. All of these are available at my Etsy shop and that link is below. And option number 3 is represented by my Love spell potion. All of these are totally drinkable and will bring profound and noticeable and substantial results. And they are imbued with very strong magic that you will see results from. And doesn't matter if you're a beginner spell worker, if you've never done spell work, or if you're advanced, it will work regardless. So in this reading, we're going to be getting their truth. So they're going to be able to speak their truth, let you know what they want you to know. This is very unfiltered. So some of the messages here may not be easy to hear. So if you are not prepared for that, this may not be a video that you want to watch, but that's what we're going to be doing. And it may be great messages, but I'm just letting you know that there may be things said that you will find hurtful. It's just a possibility, may or may not happen. But that is a forewarning. You have been warned. Okay, so we have these three options, which I've already shown to you, and you can tune in to see which option is drawing you to it, and use the timestamps below, and I'll see you at your reading. All right, group 1, you've chosen the I Belong spell potion. So I'm just going to start channeling sort of intuitively from these crystal cards, and then I've got some channeled message cards as well, and then we'll get into tarot if we need to. Probably we'll use tarot, but I don't know. I didn't pre-shuffle any, so we'll see. But the first thing I'm getting is that this person is very passionately drawn to you, like they're into you sexually. They're very sexually attracted, and they think that you are very pretty. And I think they feel like you're pretty when you're like made up. Like I feel like they've seen you probably more so when you have like your makeup and your hair done and like you're dressing well. I mean, if that doesn't sound right to you, if you're not someone who does that, then I don't think this is your reading, because this is like they've seen you a lot wearing makeup and really put together. I personally, if I was watching this, I would be like, okay, this is definitely not my reading. But I don't know if they have seen you as much without makeup, but they would think that you were pretty. They would definitely think you look very different without makeup. Now this could be like filters or something as well. Like if you don't wear makeup, maybe they've seen lots of pictures where you've used filters or something. But in any case, they think you look very pretty in the makeup and or the filters, and I don't think they've seen as much of you in your raw form. Or it could just be too, like they've seen, if this is someone you haven't met in person, maybe they've just seen photographs where you're taking it at a really good angle, or you're only posting the photographs that really highlight your best features or something. But it's like they haven't really seen the real you in some kind of way as much. For some of you, they have, and they know that part of you is also beautiful. In any case, I will say this. When and if they see you in your natural form, maybe that's without makeup, without filters, just normal instead of at a like best angle type of thing, they will still think that you're very pretty, right? Like they understand that the enhancements, whatever the enhancements are, like you look really good with the enhancements. But they do, or will, if they haven't seen it, think that you're very pretty as well without those enhancements. They will notice a difference, though. This is someone who will notice, and some people notice those things more than others. They will notice, but they will still think that you're very pretty. Okay. So let's pull, I am going to pull some tarot here. They think that you look like an angel. I'm getting that. They think you look angelic in some way. They like your eyes. I don't normally get a lot of stuff about physical features, but that is what they're coming up with here. Yeah, it could just be something too about in your photographs. Maybe you make certain poses that are not like natural to beautify yourself. Like hold your mouth a certain way, hold your head at a certain angle or something. This person is interested in that. They're interested in what you're doing to like make yourself look more flattering. So regardless of what this person's gender is, they're interested in, like, you know, women obviously do this more than men, but it isn't just women, but they're interested in the ways that women change up their features, like dye their hair, get a different haircut. Like, they notice these types of things, regardless of who they are, male, female, whatever. Like, I feel like they notice these types of things. Why is this coming up? This is not something that normally comes up for me, but these are their thoughts. This is what they're thinking. I don't know. They just kind of find this type of thing interesting. Yeah, I feel like this is even someone who like has watched beauty videos or read like magazines about beauty stuff or fashion. Even if you wouldn't think this right off the bat, this is someone who's interested in fashion, makeup, beauty, aesthetics, like personal aesthetics of how we beautify ourselves. And they like what you do with yourself. So we'll just leave it at that and keep going. All right. So I have these two message cards. These may or may not be like nice. Okay, so this is a more or less positive one. I'm happier than I used to be. I just don't realize it. And it's because you're in my life. And it's because I can tell that you might be in my life forever. And that also scares me a lot. It's overwhelmingly scary, which makes it hard for me to see that basically you do make me happier. I'm just so unused to being happy though. Okay. So this person, like consciously or unconsciously, is aware that you may be in their life forever, and that scares them. And they're more focused on the being scared and having cold feet part of it. And that keeps them from being able to really notice so much that they've gotten a lot happier since they have known you. Like, you being in their life has caused them to become happier. Oh, this is interesting. Hi, I think you're fun, but you're not my physical type. I do have an emotional attachment to you, though. I think you could be my physical type if you made some changes. Maybe that's what we're getting at before. Or continued to make some changes. Ironically, though, if you were my physical ideal, I still wouldn't be happy because I wouldn't feel worthy of you. Okay, so that's why they're interested in what you do to beautify yourself, because I think they kind of like it when you put in that effort. They want you to be beautifying yourself. Like they don't want to see you in, you know, like sweatpants and like you haven't brushed your hair or put on makeup mode. They like you better put together. I mean, maybe you don't mind that they feel that way. Maybe you want them to like that you're doing that they care. I don't think it's coming from a judgmental place, but what I also feel from this is that they are into you. Even if you're not their normal physical type, it's actually not a problem for them. I think that's ironically, when I wrote this message, and I channeled this, but when I wrote this, I thought it was almost like a rejection, but I don't think that's what it is. I think because the initial message was about seeing you in their life forever, right? It's almost like, I see your worth. Yeah, I notice when you like make yourself look prettier, and I like it. But I like you for who you are. And I feel that emotional bond to you regardless, and I want to be with you regardless. I feel like that's what they're saying. Like, it's almost like, I want you to look your best because you deserve it, but who you are does not compete with what you look like. Just because I happen to notice these things doesn't mean that I'm that superficial, that that's my priority. That is interesting. When I channeled that message, I didn't see it coming out that way, and I am not trying to sugarcoat it and make it nice. I feel like with the way these two messages came up together, it just changed what this meant, and also the cards that are coming up. Like there are lots of people who look great when they're put together, and if you never saw them in private when they don't have their makeup, like they might look like a monster, like they might look like straight up awful. But that doesn't change who they are, right? I mean, I feel like that's what we're saying here. Like, they do like it when you look pretty and you make the effort, but what they like you for is much more than that. It's runs much deeper. So I hope you understand that I'm definitely not sugarcoating and trying to make that into something it's not. That is genuinely what I feel like the message is. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that has given you some helpful insights, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. All right, group 2, you chose the Align and Manifest spell potion. Welcome to your reading. I'm going to just start channeling from these crystal cards, and then I've got a couple of channeled messages here, and then we'll tap into tarot as necessary. So first, I think that I'm getting a couple of things. This person views you as someone who's very serious in some way. It's like they see you as someone who's very focused on self-growth. Like maybe you put effort into, I don't know, eating healthy, and that's a focus of, it's almost like they feel like you get a little bit obsessed with certain things at certain times, like maybe obsessed with a certain way of eating or a certain approach to your lifestyle or exercise or routine, or studying. But they find you to be very serious, and I feel like they don't view themselves quite as serious. So this is just a difference that they're noticing between the two of you. They've also noticed when the two of you are in a group, it's easier to talk to other people than it is to you, because they're not really always sure what to talk to you about. Like if it's a shared interest, something that you're fixated on or obsessed with, I mean, I'm just using that word because this is how they're viewing you. Like they do feel like you get kind of like serious fixations on certain, maybe you're a little rigid. They view you as a little bit rigid about certain things. Like you get stuck on things and you're like, it could even be belief systems or lifestyle stuff or all of the above, but they see you as a bit rigid, maybe not the most socially at ease type of person. Sort of like the strong silent type. I would say they view you as the strong silent type. Okay, Judgment. Yeah, it's almost like, like you're the person sitting in the corner not talking, but like silently judging everyone else in the room. That's just how they perceive you. I don't think that they're judging you for being that way, ironically, but they do feel like that's kind of how you are. They feel like everyone is very interested in you. It's kind of like, that popular loner. That's what's coming up. Like you're the popular loner. Like, people want to know what's up with you. They want to ask you questions. Like, you're at a social gathering trying to, like, hide in the corner. But, like, everyone is wanting to talk to you. I think that this person that you're asking about, like, they notice everyone gravitating towards you and wanting your attention. They purposefully kind of hang on the edges and don't talk to you for some reason. It's almost like they're trying to, even though that's not how they normally are, because I think they're normally more like happy and social and integrated. I think part of it is that they want to overhear the conversations you're having with other people, because they think that that will help them to learn more about you. They do want to know, they're curious about you, but they act differently with you than they do other people. Why do they act differently with you? They think you're really cool. Like, you're popular loner for a reason. Like, you're fucking cool. You're fucking badass. Lone wolf who doesn't need anybody, and because of it, like, you're just the coolest. I kind of feel like they're not sure if they like you or not is part of it. It's like they're not trying to judge you. They're not trying to judge you. And they see that you actually have a great personality and are likable. You know what it is? It's like they're not sure which of their own personalities to use with you. They do try to match the personality of, oh, okay, this is it. They try to match the personality of the person they're talking to, but like, they don't have a serious lone wolf personality. They have a happy-go-lucky, like, I'm being reminded of, what's that movie with the fish? Nemo, Finding Nemo? Just keep swimming, like that very kind of plucky, like, that's their personality. And so they don't know how to mirror back your personality to you, except to sort of hold back and not talk to you and just observe you talking to other people. But yeah, like, they mirror other people's personalities, which I don't think it's a fakeness. I mean, this could be someone who's either a Gemini or someone with a lot of Gemini placements or strong Mercury, because those people can tune into different personalities. They can turn the radio dial on their own personality. It's not inauthentic. It's just, but they try to match the wavelengths of whoever they're interacting with. But yeah, the way that they match your wavelength is to sit back and observe you. So you may view them as standoffish and assume that's who they are, but it really isn't how they normally are. Like, normally they're very integrated, life of the party. But when you're around, you are the person they notice the most of anyone in the room when you are there. And so they're matching your energy. So what you think is their personality is actually not at all. Like, you haven't actually seen this person's real personality. Wow, this is an interesting reading. Yeah, this person wants to be noticed by you as well. I think you do notice them, like, they do stand out to you, but they're not really sure if they do or not. They have some doubts about that on their end. All right, let's get some messages from them. Okay. I barely notice that you're into me. You probably think that it's obvious, but I'm very much missing your subtle or not so subtle cues. Also, I'm kind of on cloud 9 for someone else right now, and that's who is occupying my lonely thoughts. Okay. When you are around, they are focused on you more than anyone else, unless this other person that they're on cloud 9 for happens to be around. But I feel like the person that they're having this cloud 9, crush on is probably not around the two of you. you know, it's maybe someone they know from a different environment or something. But yeah, they don't realize that you're attracted to them. Like, you might think that surely it's obvious to them that you have a crush on them or something. They do not know. But you should also know that they do have like a real like big crush on someone else, or like significant feelings for somebody else, and it makes them super happy. So even though they do find you to be like a badass and very intriguing, and like they're fascinated with you and they are attracted to you, there is someone else who they're like really feeling. So just FYI. Okay. All right. I'm open to just about anyone who will give me attention or spend time, energy on me. That kind of makes sense because they are social. It's just maybe you don't realize how happy-go-lucky they are. So I'll take it if I can get it. That said, I just don't think you are my actual type. I want a partner who is carefree, and you're way too nervous / an overthinker. I just like to let it flow, baby. Okay, this is so interesting how this all tied together. They are attracted to you, and they have noticed that they're very fascinated with you, but at the same time, like, they've thought it over too, and they're like, you're not really my type, because I like someone who's more like flowing and happy-go-lucky the way that I am. And I think the person that they're on cloud 9 for is also like happy-go-lucky that way. But yeah, so this is interesting. So, I mean, if you're wanting this person to be super into you, they do find you to be attractive and to be an intriguing person, but they don't really see you as their type. You know, you can be attracted to someone and still not think like, okay, that's someone I would actually want to date or be in a relationship with. Like, lots of people can be attractive, you know, so they do find you attractive, but hopefully this is making sense. This was an interesting reading, I thought. I hope that it was helpful to you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Hello, group 3. You chose the love spell, love potion. All of my potions are totally drinkable, by the way, so you can check them out at my website if you want to know more. But let's get into your reading here. I'm going to start off intuitively, just picking up from these crystal cards, and then I have some channeled messages from your person, and I'll use tarot as necessary as well. But the first thing I'm getting is something about like your living space. They've seen your living space, they've been to your living space, or they know something about it, or they want to know something about your living space. I feel like they either want to be roommates with you, or they have been, or they think about what it would be like to be living with you. Like, so I think that they view your, like, they think that, so, gosh, why can I not speak? They view your living arrangements, or like how you live, as sort of lived in. You know, it's like it's a little bit messy, but it still looks good. It's messy, but it's put together. It's messy, but it's still aesthetically pleasing in some way. Or maybe it could be cluttery or something, or sort of eclectic. I feel like they either they have spent time with you in your living space, or they want to. Let me try to understand more what's going on. So I don't know if they've just seen pictures online, or if it's that they've actually been there. Maybe it'll be different for different ones of you, but like they can see themselves hanging out with you in your personal space. They want to hang out with you in your personal space. Why? Because they feel like that will give them a better insight into who you are For some of you, they might know you in a professional space, and they show off their personality a lot in their professional space. So if they have an office or a cubicle or something at work, or even just the way that they dress at work, they show off their personality somehow. But they feel that you probably show your personality off more so in your living space. I don't know. We'll see where we get with this. I don't want to dwell on this too much, but they really, really, really want to be in your personal space and be close to you. I don't even think this is necessarily sexual. It's just like they want to get to know you better in that sort of intimate way, right? Like being in someone's bedroom is very intimate. Like you don't have to necessarily be, getting it on for that to be intimate. Like we don't let people into that space unless we feel close to them. But yeah, this person really wants to know like your deepest sorrows. They want you to be able to cry on their shoulder. Like they really want to be close knit with you. Okay. So first channeled message. Okay, so this is someone that maybe you've argued with. I stay calm anymore when we argue or when we pull away because I realize how fragile you really are. Oh, that makes sense. See how fragile this person looks in the Six of Swords? And this is on your side of it, because I always pull cards where it's like, this is how they're viewing you. This is the shared energy. This is their energy. Yeah, you see how fragile? Like, this person is very sad. They're crying. Okay, I realize how fragile you really are. It's not easy when you seem to be considering leaving me, but I'm learning how to have faith that if I am patient and stay calm and reasonable, you'll calm down too and start to feel safer with me. Okay, so they want this emotional intimacy where you feel safe with them because they recognize that you're very fragile and you kind of get startled. I think they feel like you don't trust people easily. So maybe that's why they're fixated on being in your living environment, because to them that is a sign that you're trusting me. So if it's already happened, they appreciate it because they feel like, okay, you're trusting me enough to do that. And if not, they're hoping eventually you'll trust them enough to kind of let them into your personal space. Okay, interesting. And then the other message card says, if it weren't for other people interfering, I would have bared my soul to you long ago. I would love to be able to open up to you. So they also haven't opened up completely to you. So that's interesting. So how are other people interfering? Let's learn more about that. Like what? So we have the Two of Cups. For a lot of you, I feel like you do know them either through the workplace or school or something where you are public together, or maybe there just hasn't been that opportunity for a lot of privacy. Maybe that's what it is. Like your interactions haven't been private. Even if it's like someone that you've met online and you text with, it could be that they just have a lot of roommates or family who are always around looking over their shoulder or something like that, where it's like they don't feel like they've really been able to have privacy with you. I'm still trying to understand this, like how other people are interfering. I'm not sure. For one thing, I think that they feel like maybe you have seen other people, like you've been dating other people, and that makes them not want to open up as much. they don't feel like they should take that away from you, like they don't want to take your freedom away from you. Like if you still need to figure out, what you want out of life, and you're talking to different people, like you haven't declared yourself to be monogamous with anyone, like, they're okay with that. Like with this, they're coming through as the Knight of Swords, so they definitely understand that need to be independent and to figure out your own way. But I do feel like, okay, so we have this kind of sword thing cutting off their throat. That is part of what it is. Yeah. They don't want to declare how much they are into you because they want to wait until they know that they're your one and only. And right now they feel that you're dating other people or talking to other people. Now maybe you're not, and they've just made that assumption. I don't know. Or maybe you used to be, and they think maybe that you still are. I don't know. But they're assuming that you're still talking to other people, and that makes them not want to show all of their cards in terms of their feelings. But yeah, they want to get vulnerable with you. I think that they are trying to, like, slowly give you a little bit more vulnerability here and there. Like, we've got the Two of Cups and the Nine of Cups as the central energy. Like, as they see it, they feel like the two of you would be each other's source of happiness. Yeah, it's like you are a gift. I want to be a gift to you. I hope you see me as a gift. Like God is good to put you in my life. That's how they feel. Yeah, but again, they see you as so fragile. I think that's why they don't want to press you either. Like if you are talking to other people, they're like, you probably just need to take your time and figure yourself out because you're fragile, I think they feel like maybe if you are commitment phobic or something, they feel like you being commitment phobic or like needing your space and needing to pull away, like how they talked about in this message, like I think they feel like that comes from some sort of trauma. Whether you've openly said that or not, they kind of get it. They're like, okay, I feel like you've been through trauma that causes you to pull away like that, and so I'm going to accept it. But hopefully we get to be closer with each other. Wow. And I feel like they can relate to you as far as that goes. They also have been traumatized, and it makes it difficult for them to open up as well. So in any case, that's their truth. Let me see if there's anything else that your spirit guides want you to know about this connection before we close it out. Well, I think that what your spirit guides are saying is, I think you may have mixed feelings about this person. Sometimes you might feel like it's doomed or like there's more bad than good, but at other times, like you're not sure and you're like, no, I feel like you genuinely get confused about your own feelings about this person. And no matter how many times you pull away, this person keeps giving you a chance. Because they're growing. They have a much stronger intuition about you than you realize. Like they get what's going on with you deep down. That's why they're not giving up on you. Your spirit guides are just pointing this out. And we're saying maybe you should think about that, right? Like maybe you should give this person a little bit more credit for the fact that they have been kind of in a way, they've been a rock for you to lean on because they never gave up on you. You disappeared a few times is what I'm getting. You disappeared a few times and they didn't give up on you. So what does that mean? It doesn't mean that you're obligated to them. It doesn't mean that. But I think your spirit guides want you to understand this person understands you way more than you realize. So yeah, I think that's it. That's a good way to leave out the reading. This person really, really gets you and respects your boundaries and respects your emotional needs way more than you realize. Because they probably have made mistakes too, which is why you're like, sometimes you're not sure how you feel, like because you've gotten hurt too. They're not a perfect person. And like I said, you're not obligated to give them a chance, but they get you way more than you realize. They understand you. All right. So we'll just leave it there. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.